Salutations, respected sadhakas, welcome. Remember the 12, 13 Vyaktitvas, Lokaseva, Dharmasthapaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta, Samskrita Bhasha, Pravina. Our respectful, reverential 6 sources of protection, empowerment, and who help us, bless us to evolve. The Shastras, the Gurus, the Devatas, the Mother, Adi Parashakti Mata, Ishvara, and then Brahma Tattva, and our efforts. Shwethashwathara Upanishad study. Today we will start the first mantra after seeing the last two paragraphs of the Sambandha Bhashyam, which we have not done completely, though we chanted first mantra because yesterday was Shri Vyasa Purnima, Guru Purnima. We'll do that. Toward the end of the Sambandha Bhashyam, and therefore, why Upanishad has to be studied? What is the content in that Upanishad? How it helps us in the moksha. This will be the last few remarks by the Bhashyakara, Bhagavan Adi Shankara. Then the first chapter mantras begin about the discussion of the Mahatma sages regarding the Parabrahma as well as the Jagat and their Sambandha. And this is how the spiritual inquiries begin. Each Upanishad has its own unique way of introducing the theme to us and taking us deeper and deeper. No different is this Upanishad. This Upanishad is so sweet for so many topics are covered, conveyed to us all through the 6 chapters. It doesn't go monotonously, but it talks many other simple aspects that are required for the evolution in spiritual sadhana, like that of even devotion is taken it into the consideration. Even the yoga also is taken into consideration. Even the karma yoga aspect, which are not touched in all Upanishads. All Upanishads are straight, ruthless. They just talk about the Brahma Tattva, no other. If at all, they talk very little. And the style in the Upanishads looks as if telling to that student कि ये सब तुमको पहले ही करके आना चाहिए यहाँ नहीं सिखाते. In that attitude they are. Means all, those are already qualified for them to lift them to the higher level. All Upanishads. This Upanishad, lifts us from where we are. Like the Puranas, they tell us the story. Through the stories, they lift us, isn't it? In this way, this Upanishad tries to guide us in that way. Let us invoke grace of God Gurus to bless us with all those abilities to be able to study these Upanishads very thoroughly, deeply, understand every aspect and do the sadhana to reach the goal. Before we do that, Sankalpa Prarthana, before we do that, a few minutes of Vicharana. We can name it as our thought to help our sadhana, common sense thought. Today's two, three things are: first and foremost, again and again, we have to remind ourselves that only Paramatma Prapti can be the goal, only Paramatma Prapti should be the goal, and therefore my goal is Paramatma Prapti. In these aspects, can and should and my, we have to become stronger day by day till we are firmly, deeply rooted in that thought. The sign of that state of being is no other thing is goal in the mind. If we reach to that highest level, that Paramatma Prapti alone is the goal, for any other thing, not even a thought or even interest also will be there. Because this is the goal. Like the childlike mentality, when his goal is to obtain that kilauna, then he is so single pointed in that anything else is offered, he will not even look at it. So too, small child, when he wants to be with the mother, when he is single pointed in that, the nannies, dadis, all buas और जो भी लोग होते हैं मासी वीसी, he will not even look at them only. If they try to grab him, he cries. He is single pointed that mother alone should lift him, nobody else. His thought even will not go. That type of mind we have to gather regarding our goal to be Paramatma. All that is a result of our study of Shastras and seeing the world, etc. What's permanent, what's infinite, what's blissful. Regarding these things, when we are clear, goal can be Paramatma. Or on the Shraddha, on the strength of Shraddha of Shastra, or the Satguru. Satguru tells सद वस्तु ओनली एज गोल. तो गुरु ने बताया ओ स्ट्रेंथ पे, स्वयं ने सोचा ओ स्ट्रेंथ पे, शास्त्र ने कहा ओ स्ट्रेंथ पे. भगवान अलोन इज गोल बिकॉज इट इज द बेसिक थिंग. इसमें सेंसिटिव बात क्या है ना, लाइक द वन हु लव्स समवन, you know, to make that person happy, this person is ready to sacrifice everything, isn't it? In the same way, the truth is so sensitive, so beautiful, so cute, so loving towards us that if we have any other thing in our mind as an interest other than the truth, truth says that, Beta, you go and pursue that only. Now I am leaving you. I will not disturb you. I will not trouble you. Understood the example? Like you love somebody. So to see that that body is not disturbed, you are ready to sacrifice everything, including yourself. So the self-truth loves us so much that if we say, oh truth, other than you or along with you, something else I want, the truth says, बेटा तुम उधर ही जाओ फिर मैं तुमको छोड़ के जाता हूँ. In the sense, truth, the desire for truth, टिकेगा नहीं if there is another desire of any sort as goal. That is how we see it in our life every day. Why the self as a goal is slipping from our mind every moment? Because something else is taken as goal. Whether it is smaller or bigger, whatever it is. सेल्फ कहता है ठीक है बेटा तुम उधर जाओ, कोई वांदा नहीं, मैं मुझे भूल जाओ तुम, है ना, तुझे घर मुबारक हमें अपनी राहें, कोई उनसे कह दे हमें भूल जाए. That's how the truth is. That is why if we want to obtain the truth, the desire for the truth has to be complete, full, exclusive. No other thing can be clubbed with it. Take your own time to reach to that level of single pointedness, but understand that it is necessary. And the reason for it is what? The status of truth, then the other things are can't travel in two horses or two boats same time. या दिन और रात एक ही बार अनुभव नहीं कर सकते, है ना? So too the self is antarmukha, the other things are bahya. They are so opposite to each other, isn't it? Because of these all reasons and many other, you all know that in the worldly desires there can be multiple desires many times. But when it comes to spirituality, spiritual desire and worldly desire, they can't go together. When we really want to achieve it as the goal, it's only for information sake I am coming to class, listening all that. अगर ऐसा है तो क्लास आ सकते हैं, सुन सकते हैं और संसार में भी रह सकते हैं. बट ये तो साधना है ही नहीं ना. वी आर ओनली गैदरिंग इन्फॉर्मेशन. But if our goal is moksha, and if we are clear that moksha is only through Atmanubhuti, then our kamana desire should be only for the Atma Prapti. No other thing can come again. Because the fields are different. Each one are opposite to each other. That's what we are saying. Take your time to come to this conviction. But understand that, accept that the spiritual goal has to be single pointed exclusive. You cannot club it with any other goal. Like you can club your many goals, like a good family, a good money, a good job, a good social status. You can have so many goals simultaneously. They are not contradictory to each other. They are not so. तो कर भी सकते हैं. And there are people who have achieved. But there is nobody saint who has realized the self. You have seen, we can see that he has clubbed the outer goal and inner goal, and then he achieved both. नहीं होता. That's why उत्रेषणायाश्च वित्रेषणायाश्च लोकेशणायाश्च व्युत्थाय भैक्षचर्यां चरन्ति. That to say that from every other yeshana or desire, Yuttaya, he has risen above, and only for the knowing of truth, he is living that life, and to live life, that bhiksha he takes, remaining time is only in the Atmanveshana. थोड़ा सा समझ लेते. Second point, this can be detailedly explained further, but main point is conveyed. Exclusive, our desire should be for knowing Paramatma. It cannot be mixed up, clubbed with any other desire. So I want to have Brahmanamurti and I want to become Prime Minister, or I want to become Governor, or I want to become Indra or Chandra or Karodpati. They don't go together. All reasons, no. For being somebody in the world, you have to maintain the Jiva Bhava, Upadhi Tadatmya. But to be one with Paramatma, these two have to be given up. So how can they go together? Hmm. Second point is little sensitive. Ki, how much time we in this life have an eye on that. Gone by years, if we count them, our age is so much. And how many years we are going to be alive. In that also, with all our faculties, senses, mind intact. We don't know, no? Do we know what can happen to us at what time? So just see that, therefore, next 15-20 साल मेरे हाथ में है, which is very small or less for the sadhana. Then from this, the sense of urgency created. For that purpose, this thinking about how long we are going to be. A sense of urgency leads to the sense of single pointedness. If we don't have that sense of urgency, then again we will have so many alternatives in our life to do and achieve. Again, the first point is failed. You have other goals, we go for it. Spirituality is forgotten. This is what perhaps we must be doing in every of the life. Till the last moment of life, something else only is valued more than Paramatma. Vichara Paramatma waits only and he can't go with other things. He has to be exclusive. चल ठीक है अगले जिंदगी ऐसा चल ही रहा है हमारा. Second point is the time available, therefore sense of urgency. Then now in the third thing, in the third thing, there are 2 points, A and B. In the A aspect, which we have seen one of the times, ki then of spiritual goal and spiritual sadhana, the Siddhanta Jnana, we have to be very spashta. Before that, let me say the third point as other one. First is Paramatma as the goal. Second is observing the lifespan and sense of urgency. Third one is what ki very important thought it is ki how much I am involving in spirituality. Let me put it objectively. How much I is involved in spirituality. Spirituality is such a funny thing. Funny thing means spirituality nahi, spiritual way of life ki without ourselves involving at all, even 0% also, we can do the action natak of being spiritual. This is a Mahamaya. And perhaps we are doing that only from last 5 years of our study. कि हम इन्वॉल्व ही नहीं है. हम मतलब मैं. बुद्धि is involved. We are trying to listen, understand. Mind is involved. Yeah, we are feeling for it, its importance. Senses are involved. बट ये सबसे साधना नहीं होता, ये शुरू ही नहीं हुआ. I have to be involved. Now comes the fourth point. In that involvement of the I, first is that I should take full responsibility to understand every aspect of the spirituality and to understand every aspect of spirituality fully, completely, thoroughly. The goal as well as the means. आई हैव टू इन्वॉल्व. अभी क्या है, कोई बता रहे हमको, हम सुन के छोड़ रहे हैं, या कोई किताब पढ़ रहे हैं, पढ़कर छोड़ रहे हैं, लेकिन वहाँ खुद दिमाग लगाकर अपने आप को इन्वॉल्व करके पूरा ग्रास होने तक मैं नहीं छोड़ूंगा, वो वाला एटीट्यूड. समटाइम one we may do when the mind is in sattva that day, but it appears that it is understood, but again we forget it. Therefore, we are back to square one as if spirituality से मेरा कोई लेना ही नहीं देना ही नहीं. See that Maya, how it works, isn't it? Therefore, I have to involve, myself have to involve, to grasp every aspect in every minute detail with all its depth about the spiritual goal, spiritual means. क्या मुझे समझ में आया? आत्मस्वरूप या ब्रह्म स्वरूप, डाउटलेसली. देन क्या मुझे समझ में आया रिगार्डिंग दी साधनास टू रीच टू दैट अनुभूति फ्रॉम वेयर आई एम नाउ. So in that also I have to put myself. Now for that, how much of Shuddha Sattva Guna, how much of the alertness, how much of awareness, how much of the desire for it is required. So we have now none of them. Our all desires are the world, that is called Rajoguna, and with that we are tired, that is called Tamoguna. Then the higher thing we are not able to come to. So I have to involve, like so many Upanishads studied. What happened in me? Have I understood Pakka that these are the means and this is the goal? Is it remembered by me all the time? अगर देखा जाए, प्रश्न पूछा जाए, इफ द आंसर इज नहीं समझ में नहीं आया, याद नहीं है, मीन्स वी हैव नॉट अप्लाइड आवर सेल्स. We have taken it in an objective manner, like any other outer informations or the news. What's happening between two countries, the war, or the friendship, the business negotiations. When we listen to that news, we don't involve ourselves in it, but सुन लेते हैं. Any other sports etc. We don't involve, बस सुन लेते हैं. ओके इंडिया ने जीता, चलो थोड़ा 1 मिनट के लिए खुशी. We don't involve. Same way, without our involvement, when we study Shastra, the consequence is like this key. Any number of years we listen, but we don't relate ourselves with it. The clarity is not there. Pakka, clear understanding is not there. I know. Still, everything is vague. Nothing is properly streamlined regarding the understanding. This is the goal, the self in me. So I have to be that way, go deep beyond upadhis. These are the upadhis. Before coming to master the upadhi, I have to master my relation with the outer world, my behavior. It all has to be managed in such a manner that it should not disturb my inner being or inner spiritual being. Yes, are clarity. You know, after that only, the next fifth point, that every moment we are sadhaka, every moment we are only aiming at reaching that goal, and we know at every moment what exactly is to be done. This is the fifth point. First one is goal is ascertained. Second is the kala we have taken. Third one, we are involving or not. Fourth, in that involving, first is about the Siddhanta Jnana mein. Then the last fifth one is, therefore, every moment, how that nature of sadhaka, antar lakshya bahir drushti. Out of some need, compulsion, his drushti may be outside, but his lakshya is always inside. You know, he is always trying to become aware of the self only within himself, or even when he is doing the vyavahara outside. You know, that comes in Atmabodha, we study towards the end. Tadyuktam akhilam vastu vyavaharastadhanvitam. Last 62 63 shloka aayega wo. We are reading it. Tadyuktam akhilam vastu. Anything he is contacting, objects or people, he is contacting them at the vyavahara level as it has to be done. But all those things and beings for him, for sadhana, are tat yuktam, endowed with the tat only. They don't miss the tad vastu, paramatma vastu. So this vastu, this vyakti, with whom I am contacting, is tad vastu only, paramatma only. That's the meaning of tad yuktam akilam vastu. Like we carry cell phone nowadays, anywhere we go. है ना? बस ऋषि मुनि लोग कमंडलु दंड पकड़ कर हमेशा चलते थे विथ रुद्राक्ष माला. सेम वे वी आर विद द सेल फोन्स. सेम इज दिस ज्ञानी और साधक. तद युक्तम अखिलम वस्तु व्यवहारस्तदन्वितम. Vyavaharastadhanvita means his inner thoughts also, whenever they come, he is only focusing on the self, beyond the thoughts, not worried about the content of the thoughts or any other thing to be done because of those thoughts, prompted by those thoughts. That type of high level of all the time sensitivity actually is called as sadhana. We have to reach to that level. So, this sadhaka, after Intellectually understanding every aspect is all the time. Awareness is how to reach to that self experience. On that only goes on focusing. Even little higher level mein, it is known that we have to sit at one place, try to become introverted. He will try for those things only maximum. And then like the lazy, sleepy people, wherever they go or they are taken, he just looks for a place for sleeping. An eater also, a glutton, anywhere he goes, first he looks out for what is there available for eating. Another outward entertaining person, anywhere you take him, यहाँ घूमने के जगह क्या है, देखने के जगह क्या है. In that way, the actual sadhaka's lakshana is every time he is trying to find the time of isolation, go there, sit there, go near to the self. He goes on trying only for that. This is a lakshana of the serious, sincere sadhaka, isn't it? उस स्थिति को, all of that is out of our own ichha, and that ichha is because sense of urgency. That is because we made Paramatma as goal and we want to achieve it in this very life. Why look for next life? In that way, we have to, in the second aspect also, involve ourselves. Like सिद्धांत ज्ञान में हमने अपने आप को इन्वॉल्व किया, साधना काल में भी अपने आप को हमने इन्वॉल्व किया टोटली. Like if I am needing the upasana named sadhana, तो आई हैव टू इन्वॉल्व देयर कि मैं भक्त हूँ, ये भगवान का उपासना कर रहा हूँ. As per the Puranas and the guidance, when I do upasana of him as a bhakta, it is said that his blessings and grace will come. That will empower me in doing my spiritual sadhana of the Viveka Vairagya or Vicharana. Therefore, I am doing it. Very fully consciously, I am present. Like right now, I am the student of Shwethashwathara Upanishad. I am seated in the class. The book is in front of me. The Acharya is talking. I am listening. Fully awareness के साथ. I am grasping these points. Isn't it? In the same way, let us talk about Vairagya Sadhana. So I am spiritual seeker. I have my mind. In my mind and my Vasana Maya Kosha, there are Raga, Dvesha for things and beings. They should not be there. They are obstruction for sadhana. Therefore, all the list of things, beings remembered towards whomever raga dvesha hai, I am not only removing the raga dvesha, but I am seeing the परमात्मा तत्व in that व्यक्ति. क्योंकि राग द्वेष छोड़ दिया, लगता है कि छूट गए, वो फिर से आते. ऑलवेज वी हैव टू फाइंड द अल्टरनेटिव, रिप्लेस इट. है ना, जिनके साथ द्वेष है, replace the dvesha dushti with the thought that he is Paramatma only, because our goal is Paramatma. So to जिनके साथ हमारा राग है, you drop that raga, but don't leave it there. That person is Paramatma. Because in case अगले दिन वो भगंदा फिर से दिखाई दिया, the raga dvesha as per yoga sadhana, which have gone to the atita, again they will come because they are anagata also. They have three advana. Therefore, if you do the practice that it is Paramatma only, he is Paramatma only, then those raga dvesha will not come. Even if we see that person, हाँ, व्यवहार में जो कुछ करना है ठीक है. That's never an issue. व्यवहार is never an issue. है ना, कोई कुछ पूछा, जवाब दिया, कहीं जाना गए, इट्स मिनिमम. वो भी धीरे धीरे कम हो जाएगा. But I am involving. Now I ensure. Is my mind free from raga dvesha to everything and being? In the same way, our involvements. In how many involvements on the name of time pass or the entertainment or even as an obligation or the duty I am doing. How many of them are taking me near to Paramatma? This observation. I have to think for me. Now, if these things are not taking me to Paramatma and also they can be warded off, then we should have the guts to drop it there and spend that time again for the internal meditation. याद रखो परमात्मा को पकड़े बिना कुछ नहीं छोड़ना, पकड़ने के लिए छोड़ना है। छोड़ दिया, ये नहीं पकड़ा, फिर से हम उसी को पकड़ेंगे जिसको छोड़ा। Isn't it? In this way, how much I am involving, है ना? My mind, it is in तमो गुण, रजो गुण. I have to involve. बाबा इसको सत्व में लाना है. Example, पूज्य गुरुदेव. You can never imagine him to be rajo or tamo guni. He is always in Shuddha Sattva Guna. What could be the sadhana he might have done to be in that state? Which are the things he has taken full care of? Observe karo. Has he, glued to TV throughout the day for various programs and all? If yes, he would have not been in that Shuddha Sattva Guna. Has he a gluttonous food eater throughout the day of any sort of food? If yes, he would have not been so sattvic. So, twice a food, little bit required to maintain body. And no dravyas of the world, etc., are attended to on the name of entertainments. He never involved in them. And what positive might have done after leaving this? Always in the Ishvara Smarana. Always in the Chintana on the mantras of the Upanishads. Maybe always in, after his realization, the thought of how to take the spiritual knowledge to the public. In this effort throughout the day he was. Therefore, he is Shuddha Sattva Guni. Okay, तो मुझे भी यही करना है. Or any other example, Lord Krishna or Rama. We don't imagine them to be very lazy and tamoguni or rajoguni. तो एक स्थिति उनको मिला उन खुद को like in yoga vasishta we are studying that it is by our purushartha only we have to achieve these things, nobody else can do for us, our paurusha. So in this way today's total thoughts, so many thoughts we have discussed, 5 6, the crux of that is I have to involve in making Paramatma as the goal right now. I have to involve in thinking that how long I am going to live, therefore, the sense of urgency to experience that self. Then I have to involve in the Siddhanta Jnana Spashtata. And it should be remembered. Oh, then the last one I have to involve in every sadhana to be done. 3 sadhanas only always, keeping away the world, controlling or mastering the upadhis, and comprehending the reality. First comprehension, then apprehension, then identification. Comprehension is intellectual understanding, apprehension is trying to be one with it, and realization is being one with it. I have to involve in them at every moment, like Hanumanji is involving himself at every moment in a Rama Karya. First, he has no other Karya than Rama Karya. Second is he fully involves in the Rama Karya so much. इसी को समाधि कहते हैं, जहाँ धी के साथ सारे उपाधियां एक ही काम में लगे हैं, समाधि. And that's because for Hanumanji there is no ego, there is no his own upadhi tadhatmya, there is nothing for him to achieve for his own upadhis. All those lower levels of illusions, delusions of I am the upadhi, they have to be made happy. Further, these and those things of the object world have to be obtained and involved in. All these बच्चे लोगों का जो वृत्तियां हैं He has transcended them through Viveka Vairagya. That's the meaning of Ramakaju Kine Binu Moikaha Vishra. Other thing is, there is no other thing called as other than Ramakarya. Bas. Oh, that उस state of level में वो हनुमान जी like that any realized saints महानुभावास who are serving the world वो सब उस स्थिति में रहते हैं. We also have to aim at that स्थिति for ourselves. उसके लिए एक और obstruction होता है. We have inhibitions. क्या मैं उतना महान बन सकता हूँ? Also we have fears. But what व्यवहार I am doing, if I leave it, मेरा क्या होगा वाला. I know, like if I go to class, leaving the people at home, what will they feel? Or can I go to class and listen those things? This type of two things. The inability to leave the world, the inability to be in the spirituality, those two obstructions we have to conquer again. Inability in the sense the feeling of obligation or fear, पता नहीं क्या होगा छोड़ने से, और ये पकड़ने का डर, I don't know, will I be able to do it? है ना? कैन आई बी? अरे कैन आई बी नहीं, आई हैव टू बी, आई मस्ट बी. That is why any of the Upanishads we read, whichever is the disciple there, our drushti should be on him. I also must be like him. And then I can then keep doing what is to be done to be like him. But in and through all of that, I have to involve. मेरे को लगाना. हम अपने आप को छोड़ देते हैं और ये हम जाकर उपाधियों से जीव बनता है. Then as long as it can enjoy the world, it enjoys. Thereafter it is diseased or tired or exhausted or feeling sleepy or frustrated when the equipments become old in effect. हमने अपने आप को छोड़ दिया उपाधियों के लिए. नहीं छोड़ना. मैं साधक, मेरा लक्ष्य परमात्मा. You know, like you don't leave your small child of 2 or 3 years when you go to a marketplace or any of the functions. Even a minute if you leave him, वो कहीं गिर जाएगा, वो इधर घूम हो जाएगा, कोई उसको किडनैप करके ले जाएंगे. You can't even half a minute, even you can't be here and there. That is enough for the child. Something he looks here and there enchanting, he just goes. And he's not aware where is he walking, anywhere he can fall. So what do? Then बच्चे का हाथ पकड़ के रहोगे. You might have done it, no? पकड़ के रखा है. Your own child, remember those days. सेम वे मैं साधक हूँ, मुझे परमात्मा पाना है, वो चाइल्ड है, उसको पकड़ के रखना है. छूट रहा है वो, और इसलिए हम गुमशुदा हो रहे हैं. नॉट द चाइल्ड और द परमात्मा. वी आर लॉस्ट इन द वर्ल्ड. So think about these things. May God bless us. May use the blessings. Om 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 Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Vamsha Rishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah. एरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्य प्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्व सच्चास्त्राः वेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं. शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. श्रुतिस्मृतिनिधये सर्वविद्यानां विषये भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ जगतीमवितुं कलिताकृतयो विचरन्ति महामहसच्चलतः अहिमां श्रीवात्र विभासि गुरो भव शङ्करदेशिकमे शरणं. ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्ति द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमसि आदिलक्ष्यमेकं नित्यं विमलम् अचलं सर्वदेहि साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे. समस्तं ब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्वेताश्वतरो उपनिषदाचार्येभ्यो नमः। संकल्पः तेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्षप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिक हैन्दव संस्कृतेः शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां भक्तिज्ञानयोगवेदान्तादि प्रक्रियाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्परादीनां पुनरुत्थानजागरण विश्वव्याप्ति विश्वाध्यात्मिक प्रगति एकता शांति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् धर्म संस्थापने कंकणबद्ध अस्माकं सह सर्वेषां पूर्णायुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्य क्षेमस्थैर्य धैर्य वीर्यादि शक्ति संपदा स्वानुकूलता साधना प्राप्ति बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न निर्मूलन द्वारा धर्म संस्थापने निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम अनेक शास्त्राणाम अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये अथ कृष्ण यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आद्य शंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थम वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानंदं निराधारं निखिलाधारम् अव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओम अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ सम्बन्धभाष्यम्। In the Sambandha Bhashya, now we are into the last topic of Anubhuti of the Jivan Muktas. Also is an indication to say about the Brahman being Nishprapancha, Nirvishesha. For that, Upanishadic quotations are given, 5-6 of them. Then in 4 or 5 shlokas, Purana quotations also are given. We have seen all of that. We just browse through. Okay, beautiful shlokas these are. They have to be really grasped only. Mhm. See that shloka? Yadetad drishyate murtam etad jnanatmanastava bhranti jnanena pashyanti jagadrupam ayogninaha. तो अयोगिनः भ्रांति ज्ञानेन जगद्रूपम पश्यन्ति. Those who have not done the yoga sadhanas, therefore they are in the bhranti jnana, delusory misconception. Therefore they see the jagat rupa in the jagat. Otherwise, edeta drishyate murtam. Whatever is seen as the drishya padartha, which is in the murti rupa. Murti rupa means Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasagandha, Ityadi Rupa. Actually, all of that is what? Etat Jnanatmanaha Tava. It is, O Lord, it is your own Swarupa, which is Jnana Swarupa. पुराण है ना, इसलिए भगवान को एड्रेस कर रहे हैं. बट हियर भगवान को रूप नाम के रूप में एड्रेस नहीं कर रहे. यू आर दैट प्योर कॉन्शियसनेस. ओ लॉर्ड, entire thing what is seen is you only, the pure consciousness. But Ajnani log, Moodha log, they look at this as Rupa Nama Jagat. What about the Jnanis? Ye tu Jnana Vidaha Shuddha Chetasaha. Those who are the Jnana Vidaha, knowers of the correct understanding or knowledge, and how they become Jnana Veda Shuddha Chetasaha. In their Chitta, there are no more habitual errors. In their Chitta, there are no beliefs of the world being real as presented by senses. In their Chitta, there is no influence of asanas. That is the meaning of the Shuddha Chetasaha. Chitta is seeing but not under influence of asanas, nor its own habitual errors, nor believing as it used to do earlier, the perceptions given by the senses. ये तीनों मिलकर हैबिट्स, वासना, सेंसेस project the world, give reality to the world, make us worldly. They are ashuddhis. Then they have gone away. Therefore the चित्त विशुद्ध हो गया. उनके लिए क्या होता है? ये तु ज्ञानविदः शुद्धचेतसः ते those people akhilam jagat, the entire world, jnanatmakam prapashyanti. The whole jagat, they know it as Jnapti Swarupa. And what is that Jnanatmaka Prasad? Tadrupam Parameshwaram. Your own Parama Ishvara Rupa, the Supreme Rupa, that pure Jnana Swarupa only, they look at it. Jnapti Swarupa means the pure consciousness only, they see the whole world as. सो द पूरा प्रपंच ब्रह्म है, ब्रह्म सत्य ज्ञान आनंद स्वरूप है। देवरफॉर पूरा प्रपंच हमेशा सत्य है, ज्ञान है, अनंत है। दैट्स इट। ज्ञानात्मा लुक एट द वर्ल्ड लाइक दिस। द अज्ञानी लोगों को तो जगत रूप नाम सत्य लगता है। लाइक सच लोका कम्स इन विवेक चूड़ामणि लिटिल डिफरेंटली। He says देहोहम इत्येव जड़स्य बुद्धि। जड़ बंधे का बुद्धि क्या है? अहम देहोस्मि। देहेश जीवेच विदुषस्तु अहम देहि। The one who is slowly studying the Shastras, he says देह भी है, उसके अंदर जीव भी है, मैं देह नहीं हूँ, वहां तक आया हो। But the third person, विवेक विज्ञान महात्मनः, the one who has become Mahatma because of Vijnana, born out of Viveka, ब्रह्माहम इत्येव मति सदात्मनि परिम अहम ब्रह्मास्मि अनुभूति। देहोहम जीवोहम ब्रह्मा, वहां देह जीव ब्रह्म का बात, यहां भी वही। बट हियर द थिंग इज आउटर जगत। फॉर अज्ञानी अविद्वान अशुद्ध अंतःकरण, द रूप नामात्मक जगत इज रियल, ऑर्नामेंट्स आर रियल। बट फॉर ए शुद्धात्मा, रूप नाम अतीत, रूप नाम अधिष्ठान सच्चिदानंद ब्रह्म alone is in his दृष्टि, like gold alone is real, not ornaments. और ये ज्ञान सुनते सुनते अभ्यास करते करते फ्रॉम द दृश्य रूप नाम टू द दृक् और द अधिष्ठान ब्रह्म, वी हैव टू रीच टू इन अवर अंडरस्टैंडिंग इनसाइड थ्रू मेडिटेशन। इवन वी experience that Atman Brahman also by going beyond the Upadhi. Once that Atman is touched, all else also is that only. Like after waking up, entire dream world of things, beings, including dreamer, are nothing but the waking mind. There is nothing other than it. Same way, Drushya, Drukka, both of them are Shuddha Brahma only. Chaitanya Swarup. That is what. Yetu Jnana Vidaha Shuddha Chetasaha Te Akhilam Jagat Jnanatmakam Pashya. They experience the whole world as Shuddha Jnapti Swarupa Atman Brahman only. And to achieve this only, we are told, look at the entire world as Paramatma, your own Ishtadeva. Before that, you are told to do Upasana of the Ishtadeva in the Puja Mandir. So, Puja Mandir mein Ishtadeva Upasana, first step. Seeing the same Ishtadeva everywhere is second step. Then knowing that Ishtadeva to be Jnana Swarupa is third. And I am the Jnana Swarupa is the fourth. Therefore, I alone, as pure self, is in the form of the entire world. Other than me, there is nothing. If at all things are there, that only appearance on me. That appearance is not real. That subtle thought we have to catch. Like the ornament is only appearance of the gold only. In that Rupanama. What is there is gold only. The appearance of Rupanama called ornament is never there, nowhere there. But its presence deludes us in such a manner that the reality, the gold, we don't see. That is the Maya. That is where we have to get that breakthrough. The ornament is only an appearance, never reality. आरोपण कहो, appearance कहो, superimposition कहो, words are different. It's only appearing. Remember, gold appearing as ornament. There is nothing called ornament. Brahman appearing as Jagat. There is nothing called as Jagat. Try to ponder over this thought. Try to become deep in this thought. Then that thing will click to us, for which we are struggling from last 5 years while studying the Upanishads. गुरु कृपा है तो क्लिक हो जाएगा. There is nothing other than the gold appearing as ornament. There is nothing called as ornament. Paramatma appearing as Jagat. There is nothing called as Jagat other than Paramatma. He alone is there. विशुद्ध ज्ञानी है ना. ते ये तो ज्ञान विदः शुद्ध चेतसः ते अखिलम जगत ज्ञानात्मकम प्रपश्यन्ति. Where is the snake there? Everything is rope only. So to where is the dravyatmaka, kriyatmaka, vrutyatmaka jagat here? Everything is permeated by that Shuddha Chaitanya only. That alone is there, Vaya. You can see the water. Where is the wave? Everywhere water, water alone is there. If you see the plastic, where is the chair or table? Everywhere plastic alone is there. इसलिए कहते हैं कि जब प्लास्टिक को जानते हो आप, अधिष्ठान जो कुर्सी का, स्टूल का, you will see nothing other than plastic while using that chair and stool for its purpose. So too, for Vyavahara you may see the world, but you won't miss the knowledge that all this is nothing but the Brahman only. That is a Shuddha Jnani ka Drushti. और ज्ञानी का दृष्टि जिनका अंतःकरण शुद्ध हो गया. ओके, ते तो ये तो ज्ञान विदः शुद्ध चेतस ते अखिलम जगत ज्ञानात्मकम प्रपश्यन्ति तद्रूपम परमेश्वर. यूर ओन परम रूपा ज्ञानात्मक. दैट इज व्हाट इट्स ओनली. पुराण में तो भगवान होते हैं तो भगवान को एड्रेस करते हैं ना. इट्स ओनली वे ऑफ सेइंग. बट अदरवाइज हियर द थॉट टू बी caught is nothing but pure Nyapti Swarupa, only both the object, the subject. Now same thing about the Rubhu Gita Visa. Nidagopi upadeshena tena dvaita paro bhavatu sarva bhutanya sheshena dadarsha satadatmanaha tata brahma tato muktihim avapa paramam dvijaha. Nidagapi. Great disciple Nidagha, great guru, the Rubhu. वहाँ इतना प्रैक्टिस कराते हैं ब्रह्म तत्व का, बाप रे. अब मिस होने ही वाला नहीं है, चांस ही नहीं. थ्रू आउट दोज 50 chapters, I don't think any text parallel to it is there which at every line reminding us only the Brahman, the Atman, the reality. If at all one text has to be seriously all the time studied is only that Rubhu Gita. Nowhere else so much clarity is given. Only the thought of Brahman, Atman, Brahman, Atman. Even Tripura has some little matches with it, but in this, stories are there. Tripuraras, individuals are there, characters are there, other sambhashanas are there. They are distractions. In Rupa Gita, ये भी कुछ नहीं. Beautiful. That story of Rupa Nidaga कह रहे हैं. Nidaga अभी उपदेशेन तेन, by that upadesha received from the Guru, the Rupu, Advaita Paraha Abhavatu. He has become the realizer or the recognizer of the Advaita Paramatma. Therefore, Sarva Bhutani Asheshena Dadarsha Saha Tadatmana. Tad is Brahma. Atma is as the self. The Brahman as the self of everything, he has developed that vision. Okay, Sarva Bhutani Asheshena Tadatmana Dadarsha. So he is seeing a tree. That is Sarva Bhutani में एक भूत है. Dadarsha, he has seen. As what? Tadatmana. That in the tree, at every nook and corner of the tree, the Atma of the tree is that Tat, that Brahman only. he has realized it. You show him the leaf of the tree. He says, yes, leaf is there, but the Atman of the leaf is Brahman or the reality, self. You just show him the branch, he sees the branch. You show him flower, he sees it. Show him the fruit, he sees. He sees what we see with the eyes. But that Jnana Chakshu, which is not open to us, it has got open to him because of the Upadesha given and received from the Guru. That everything is the Tatvastu only. Tadyuktam Akilam Vastu. How can there be anything other than that Brahman? So, he has developed that vision of कि तद आत्मनः तदात्मनः तदर्श सर्वभूतानि अशेषेण. Then what happened next to him? Tatha Brahma. And that Atman is himself. That himself, Atman is one without second and infinite. That's called as Tatha Brahma. And because of it, Tato Mukti. There is no other thing other than him. There is no gross subtle causal things which can get modified. What is there is Brahman alone. Therefore, he has got the moksha. Tata Brahma Tato Mukti Mavapa Parama. That supreme moksha, that Dvija, the Nidaga has obtained. So, the Anubhutis of the Mahatmas also say Nishprapancha Param Brahma Eva Paramarthika Satya. Prapancha creates samsara. Keep away the Prapancha, reach to the Nishprapancha Paramatma. Then again play with the same Prapancha. But this time the difference is the Prapancha is not other than the self. I am already that. Therefore, that manyness after realizing the self is only a play, not to be taken seriously to suffer. Like the hero and villain, their facial expressions are of so much anger and hatred to each other. Their words are also of so much of vengeance. Their physical actions also appear as if they are trying to hit each other, beat each other, kill each other. इतना रियलिस्टिक होते हैं. But where? Only at the time of shooting or on the dais. Off the dais and shooting, do they continue that hero villain opposition and fighting? एक दूसरे कंधे पे हाथ डाल के मिलकर चाय सिगरेट पीते. In the same way, Jivan Mukta may be looking at the world and seeing it as we see, but his experience is everything as Atman. Then all this role is what? It's a play. It's only a play. That role I am playing it. I am not identifying with it. I can do that natak, I am doing it. Isn't it? It is over. And that particular thing that I am doing only natak, because of that idea, that role doesn't bind that hero or villain. What binds them is that when they did that role, then they want the movie to be successful. They want lot of money to come. They want the fans should follow more. Everybody should appreciate. ये सब बाकी संसार है. We should not talk about that. Our example is only to that point. He played that role but not bound because he knows it is unreal. He knows his real self. So to the Atma Jnani, Brahma Jnani knows the reality. He plays. He knows while playing that it is unreal only. He neither takes the play as real nor he forgets his real self. He is always in the identity of his real self. Therefore, he knows this is only a mere play. That also, whenever he is in the Vyuthana Sthiti, Vyavahara Sthiti, Upadi Sthayi Jivana Sthiti. For the Vyavahar, jab required hai, tab. Otherwise, he is in the self only all the time. At the time of the action, they will be on the stage with makeup and all. Off the stage, they are they. What they are, jo bhi hai wo hi hai. A citizen, a husband or father, whatever. वो अपना रोल निभाते रहते. So too, the Brahmajnani always in Brahmanubhuti's original status. When he's called onto the stage, he plays, playing the play just like only a play. Nothing is real there. वो स्थिति हमें पाना है. ठीक है. देन तथा ब्रह्म ततो मुक्तिम अवाप परमाम द्विजः. देन he says अत्र आत्म व्यतिरेकेण द्वितीयं यो न पश्यति. देखा, अत्र आत्म व्यतिरेकेण द्वितीयं यो न पश्यति. Other than the self, there is nothing. The one who comes to this knowledge, Veda Shastra Udahartaha, by Vedas and other Shastras, that recognized person is recognized as Brahma Vidah Saha Eva. Iha Veda Shastra Udahartaha. He is the one who is called as Brahmavetta by the Shastras, who sees nothing other than the self. अत्र आत्म व्यतिरेकेण द्वितीयम यह न पश्यति. क्या है आत्मा के बिना और कुछ दूसरा है ही नहीं. He is called as Brahmavetta by the Shastras. Okay. Then we have one more paragraph summarizing all what has been studied in last 50-55 pages of the Sambandha Bhashya and the connection to the Upanishad. What is contained in the Upanishad, वो हमको बताएंगे. Definitely tomorrow we'll thoroughly see it. Then we may start the first mantra tomorrow. Thank you. Om 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 Om. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो परमऋषिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रेण तत्सत्. ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु. Thank you today. Join in 5 minutes.